What?
He'll send you Bible verses.
Bitches and
No, there's a Bible.
verses?
People got Bibles for the Bible verses.
T-Red.
You're like, no,
Bitches-
y'all read them.
Bitches and Bible verses.
Lay it louder for the people in the back.
Bitches and Bible verses, huh?
Bitches and Bible verses, man. Yeah.
Psalm
Nice.
23.
That sounds like a new
Study group.
single. That's the new
Marshall.
single that's coming out.
Marshall
You start
Mathers.
opening up the Bible and reading to your,
Yeah,
you know,
and
your
bitches
woman.
is coming at the same time.
You're like, here. You start singing songs of Solomon to them. You start reading it off. You're like,
I
That's
can
pretty
see how
banger.
creepy you would
her
be doing
bosoms are like antelope breasts or something. What is it like? They're like nice watermelons or whatever.
Chest
Like,
riding.
yeah.
that. What is that?
I don't know.
What?
Songs of Solomon. You guys check it out. I haven't read the Bible in a minute. I'm sorry.
Songs of Solomon is very beautiful.
Oh, you
know what I'm
and
talking
it
about.
stands
He's gonna go.
very. It stands out. It's
messed
often not
up.
cited,
He
but it's a
messed
very
up.
beautiful piece.
It's a good verse.
Song of Solomon is like poetry.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like
never
poetry.
A lot
never
of
read it to your first date. Only read it to like someone who you're like
Fourth
married
date. Fourth date.
with. No. Well, okay,
Dude,
maybe. I don't know.
Next
You're a
time
woman. You
you're
would
on
know.
a fourth date, I'm gonna say sing her songs. I'm gonna tell you to read it to her.
I might just do that on accident. Yeah.
I'll be like, make sure you give her songs.
So Mary, when you thinking about doing another episode of Truff Talkz?
So Truff Talkz, honestly,
Another episode when you want to do
another episode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let this flow, but I'm gonna try to make it a weekly thing where different people come over, different stories, funny stuff, like whatever happened that week. Tell me something stupid that happened this week.
Facts,
You know,
facts.
like
Yeah, something outlandish.
something outlandish, because we're walking around, and let me tell you, all day long I'm looking around going, is everybody so stupid? You know, but it's not everybody stupid. Life
Yeah.
is stupid. It's
Like remember at Starbucks, like you were like they're like,
Respect
oh, this
here.
costs a penny or two.
they
pennies.
tried to charge me a penny, and I
For
was like,
water.
they don't even make
They don't even make
pennies
pennies.
anymore. Like, what's happening?
Is your mic on?
No,
Is
no,
it
no.
in
Right
between?
here.
It's right.
That was good.
Marshall probably
Y'all keep
found
talking.
Marshall
Anyways.
does wildlife.
He does wildlife.
Wildlife removal.
Anyways,
So he'll remove any wildlife for you that you need.
All right. I'm gonna say this because I gotta point it out.
Ladies,
we're
call
plugging my
every
business. We're
wildlife
plugging my
company.
business as I'm handing weed to my friend on the other side of the table. See, that's not gonna fly. That's the kind of stuff that doesn't come out.
All right.
yeah, it'll come out. It's okay.
It's a Cuban. It's
Wait.
A Cuban cigar.
Yeah, you said
It was.
Is that what y'all are doing over here?
It could have been.
Didn't you say that like weed's like okay to have on a podcast? Like it's I've seen it done. people
Well, it's
smoking it.
legal in
Yeah,
most
but,
places.
I've
like-
seen it in like Vibe TV or whatever. Like
And it's a cigar.
Shout out Vlad TV.
Unless somebody says weed.
It's a
It is.
cigar. I mean, I personally, I totally promote it. I have a compassionate use card, and you're
We in
able
California,
to
y'all.
Yeah.
We in California.
we're in California.
go. Yeah, you're able to go into different. Like, there's an actual pharmacy if it helps you. Like for me, I have PTSD, TBIs, all this stuff. It helps me function.
Yeah.
Like to me, I'm like, why would we go to the pharmacy and get a drug that's not helping me when something natural has said? I've been on so many medications in my life. Tommy, tell me how many you've been on. We were talking about this the other night.
Dude, I can't even count.
and I was
honestly.
just like, how many different meds have I been on in my life?
Yeah, it's nuts.
What was the worst one you've ever been on?
Ritalin probably.
Dude, Adderall.
Adderall.
Fuck.
Honestly,
that
Adderall.
shit was terrible,
Adderall,
dude.
yeah. Well, Butrin was kind of weird too.
Because we're all ADHD kids. Ayo! You gotta do
So
the
guys.
east side. So it's 78721. That's where my gym is located. Do it.
But yeah, anyways,
Woo.
what you were saying, like basically, I feel like parents like when we were growing up or whatever, they thought that like, okay, so like this person has a chemical, what is it called? Chemical, not dependence,
Imbalance. You want
this,
imbalance.
Marshall?
Thank you, chemical
Sure.
imbalance.
What?
So we need to treat them with like a medication that's gonna
Thank you.
solve all their problems. You know what I mean? Like no matter what it is.
Dude, it's so
Like
bad.
it's just gonna fix it, and that's not true. It's a lie.
Here's the thing that I do with people now. When I meet somebody, I'm like, you were that kid on the playground. Like, I pick them out like that. Tommy, on the playground, you were that kid. You were just like me. We couldn't sit still. We were bouncing
But
all
that's
over
normal
the place.
for a
That's called being
kid
a
to
child.
want
I
to do
know,
that.
but they put you on medication and make you stop. And you're
Right.
like, what do you want me to do? Go sit on an iPad?
Basically,
It
that's
reflects a fracturing of the normal communal child rearing structure.
I mean, that in
It's
college,
not
they
normal.
put me on it like
It's
that.
not
and it was
normal.
like,
for people to be
terrible.
on a substance one molecule away from meth. I did a whole research
yeah.
project on this in
it's
college.
meth.
I mean,
and when you say
it
it,
is.
people are like, "That's not." I'm like, if you've been on this stuff ever in your life, you feel like a literal crackhead.
I felt like a robot.
Yes.
Like I had no personality. I was antisocial. Didn't want to talk to people. I felt horrible all the time. Had no appetite.
How'd you get off that shit,
I was
Tommy?
so skinny. I
Yeah.
looked anorexic.
You
People were
looked so
looking at
thin,
me.
yeah.
People were looking at me like, "Is he okay? Like, what is he on?" You know what I mean? Like, I was just on Adderall because you know.
It's kind of wild though when I think about it, because how did you even get off of it? Like for me, it was just like, I don't want this anymore.
I started hiding the pills in my pocket every morning because every morning my dad or my mom would like watch me take it, be like, "All right, take your meds," or whatever. I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I'd do this and just put it in my pocket, and then I'd go to school and start selling it.
Wow.
Yeah, because I hated it that
dude.
much. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not taking this anymore. Like, I know what's good for me. I know what's bad for me. This can't be good for me.
Dude,
That's like a-
wow.
Did you ever read the book or watch the movie The Giver?
I think so.
It's
I saw the
about.
movie.
It's like the whole first
Yeah, dude.
half of the book is them in black and white because they're taking a medication that like takes away all the color of life. And then this one kid, he starts learning from like this guy who's the wisdom keeper, and he lives on the far side of town, and he starts learning about like the real like depth and richness of life, like we were talking about, and that involves like real pain. So he stops taking his medication, and like life gets hard because he can start seeing how fucked up things are, but he can also start seeing how beautiful things are.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like mute your sensi is what it does.
It
Like
does.
anytime I've been on meds, it's just like you're riding on a frequency like this. And
Yeah.
for me, it's
Yeah.
like I want to ride the waves. I want to
Got
feel the
to.
frequencies.
Yeah.
Like I want to feel love. I want to feel happiness. And some days I want to cry or be upset. But once you get on them, you start riding. Don't get me on the soapbox, but I will for a minute. Once you start
Yeah.
riding that wave like this, you get so used to it. And if you get too emotional, you get upset because you're emotional. And then it throws you into this huge cycle of like, I shouldn't be getting emotional. I should stay numb. I should, you know.
Well, you
it's
just
like,
don't know what to do because
You
no one told
don't.
you. So let me piggyback off this real quick. So when I got off, I would start going to weed because Adderall is a stimulant. It's an upper. Weed is a depressant, so that would calm me down.
Trying to bring
so
it
I was
down.
just trying to find my baseline. That's why I loved weed so much because it would just calm me down. I was always, up all the time. Anyways, so when I felt like I was going on roller coasters, like
Yeah.
very low lows, very
very
high highs.
highs. Yeah.
And it's like, that's not normal too, because like, especially being an adult, you have to figure out how to regulate emotion, right?
yeah, it's one of
so-
the basic things you have to know as an adult. How do you regulate your emotions?
Yeah, you got to find your baseline. So like, I know, like, I used to date one of my exes. She was bipolar. She had bipolar disorder. So
yeah,
very extreme. Like, whoa, who
it's
are you?
chemical.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Borderline personality disorder. And it's like, she was on those meds, but she hated taking them, so she stopped taking them. And then when she stopped taking them, she would get on things like Coke and Xanax were her favorite drugs, but she'd do
Yeah.
all sorts of other stuff, right? And she would do that just to like kind of escape and like kind of feel better in
Well,
a
it's
sense, but it was actually
self-medicating
self-medicating,
is what
but
it is.
it was
It's
making her
like,
feel
yes,
worse. Like it was
yes.
very extreme highs, very low lows, like just extremes. Like, and you don't want to ride a roller coaster like that. So
Well, you don't. Like, I mean, I had a husband pass from the same thing, bipolar, self-medicating, right? And then you go on and off, and it's just the saddest thing on earth because you watch it and you're like, is it chemical? I don't know. You know, like, I wish that science could figure this out.
yeah, but
I
no,
really do.
I honestly believe like you don't need substances to really figure out how to regulate that.
No,
Like,
I think that you can, like, for years, like, I've been going through this healing journey myself, and I've been off meds forever. And I'm going through this, like, feeling of, like, I should have felt this way my whole life. And I feel happier than I've ever felt in my life. And I'm using everything natural. Like, what would you rather do, be a complete alcoholic or a pothead? Tommy's got an answer for you.
I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not going to answer that.
He's gonna be like, no.
I think you
I
cornered
don't.
me with a question that
A question with a
I
question.
couldn't answer.
He said,
What'd you ask him again?
oh, I said,
She
I
did
just
that on purpose, and I'm not gonna answer
You
that.
don't want to answer. No, but I'm
What'd you
just
ask?
asking.
No, man, what'd you ask?
I just asked, would you rather be an alcoholic or a pothead? And to me, I'm like, I wouldn't rather be either. I wouldn't rather be either.
Listen,
But if I'm literally gonna choose to date one, I would rather date somebody smoking weed. than
and let me
drinking.
just say this: I agree
yeah.
with you, but for me, my personal part of my story is I fell in love with weed.
You
The
have
one
a,
thing,
yeah.
the one thing I
you
I
fell in
loved
love
it so
with it.
much, I couldn't get off of it. I couldn't stop smoking that.
It probably
I
took you
couldn't.
to like a creative zone.
I had to be
yeah.
high. I had to. If I was sober, I felt horrible. I was having like withdrawals per se.
I think it's good in microdoses.
And
but
it's
yeah,
different for everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and be like, everyone reacts this way. No, everyone's reacts differently to
God
THC.
Bless you.
So it's not. Certain substances aren't meant for everyone.
I agree with that. Marshall, were you ever on meds as a kid?
No, not on psychotropic meds. No, nothing like that. I mean, that was a blessing. Like, I took them in college,
Yeah.
and that was my introduction. And yeah, I regret.
You took what in college?
Adderall.
Psychotropics.
Mm.
Adderall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, like, I took Adderall. I mean, like a handful of times for like real tough times in school, tough times, midterms and finals.
Well, people take it to study, and if you have Adderall in college, you're literally like everybody's best friend.
Yeah, and if you
'Cause
don't,
they're
well,
all-
if you
yeah.
don't have ADHD and you take it,
You
it's
feel up
it's
and you feel
different- It's
happy.
a different high
I
than
watched,
like
yeah.
if you're prescribed.
It's gonna hit everybody.
So I will say, and I want to
Yeah.
point out, like,
yeah, it's true,
It's
right?
gonna hit everybody different.
I always fervently disagreed with, like, and I mean, like, there's, like, obviously people are taking drugs in college, but, like, I draw the line somewhere, especially with close friends, and one thing that I was, like, never cool with was snorting Adderall.
Oh my gosh, that's
That
the
was, like,
worst. It's the
That
worst.
would piss me off when I would see friends do that. I'm like, yo, I'm
Was
about
it-
to smack that
You're
shit
like,
out of
why
your
are
hands.
you doing that? It's just gonna crush the
It's
Adderall.
It's like some
and snort
crackhead
it.
stuff, you know.
It
And
is.
it's crazy.
It's like,
It really
like
is.
what I
some
would consider
crackhead
like
kids, you
normal
know,
people
like, I'm
doing
gonna go over
rails
here
of
and
fucking
snort
Adderall.
this.
Yeah.
What?
It's like,
Some
yo,
crackheads.
what are you on?
Like, why would you do that? You're gonna be up for 4 days.
Were they extended release or instant? Do you remember?
IR,
Funny,
IR
right?
for sure.
He
they
said
were
instant. He's
Yeah, the
like-
XRs are
There's
capsulated.
different.
So.
Yeah, I used to take extended release, so
Yo,
I don't know.
I got a
People do
question.
that,
I got a question
what?
for Tommy, right? Because this is something that I found, and like honestly, like this is not something I've ever talked about, like even semi-publicly. But it's just one of those like, with close friends, I share it openly, and but like taking illicit substances, like, it's not something I want to broadcast. But at the end of the day, like it was a part of the journey, and part of that was finding something called Vyvanse.
Mm-hmm.
That
I know it.
is
I've heard
a
of that,
different
yeah.
kind of amphetamine, and it is a night and day difference.
Really?
Like it changed the game. I took Adderall one time after having found like access to Vyvanse,
Mhm.
and said, "Holy fuck, I'm never taking this again," because it
That's wild.
was like, okay, Adderall felt like a drug. Like
Yeah, yeah.
you could feel your body chemistry shift fast.
Mhm.
And Vyvanse for me, this is the crazy part, because like this makes me think like, yo, like there could be some efficacy to this. My thought was, or like what I realized, because this was really helping me like feel integrated in what I was trying to do, which was studying 10, 12 hours a day,
Yeah.
was this feels like what I wish normal felt like.
Mm.
And I had to really sit with like, do I want to have a conversation with a doctor about this to try to see if I could get prescribed it?
Yeah.
Because it genuinely felt helpful, but I had to wrestle with like, okay, like would I be wanting to like create that tether of needing a substance to make me feel acclimated to my environment. So that was a tough journey.
Well, it's wild too, Marshall, because I think about it, and a lot of us have that, like, oh, I shouldn't talk about my experiences with illicit this or that. But at the end of the day, like, it opened our mind or changed us, and we're here talking about it today because we walked through this journey of finding truth.
Right.
We found truth, and that worked. That didn't work. Holy
Well, the
crap,
fact of the
that's
matter
what that
is,
person's
regardless
going
of what we were doing, what happened, to the best of our recollection, was the truth. And that's
Yeah.
worth sharing.
Yeah, and
Right.
it is worth sharing
Amen to
because
that.
to me, I've had literally, I would not have survived if I didn't have Big Pharma. Like, I wouldn't have survived. I wouldn't be here today because I was in too much pain. But, like, when I look through it, I'm like, it's good for stuff and it's bad for stuff, but sometimes every person knows what they need. So if they're self-medicating, why in the world are we criticizing them? Maybe they know what works for them.
That's certainly a thought.
I've always thought about it that way, like, the doctor's not giving him this or that. They're trying to find a substance and they found something that worked. Why don't doctors make something based on that?
Mhm.
But I don't know. It'd be kind of cool if you could just, like, mix your own concoction.
I think it's in like gray areas. So like what you were saying, like people criticizing people for their drug use. I feel like it's just, it goes into, how do I say it? Like when I was talking to like a mentor of mine, I was like, this goes back into like Christianity a little bit. So I'm like, hey, like, why do people like judge other people? You know what I mean? Like, in the Christian realm or whatever. He's like, it's not judging. It's just calling people to their higher,
It's just calling.
higher,
What does that mean?
higher self. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like people, they don't want to judge you, but like they want to call you to a higher standard of living. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
facts.
like you have, like Mary, like it's like someone looks at you and they're like, hey, I see you and I know what you're capable of, and I know your potential, and I think you have a higher potential than this, because I feel like this could be limiting to you.
I think I hear how you say it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna reframe how I say that, because everybody says something different. But I hear you. That's
Yeah.
truth. What you just
And
said.
and sometimes
Like-
when I was hooked on weed, I couldn't get off of it, and I couldn't realize that I had a problem. I didn't think I had a problem at
Wow.
all, and I didn't want to stop. So
Yeah.
sometimes people don't even think they have a problem.
Well, and
That's
I think
facts.
that's true for a lot of substances,
But
Tommy.
is
It's
but hold on, but is being addicted to weed a problem?
would you?
That's a
I
good
mean,
question.
I don't have an opinion on it. I'm just
Because
That-
you're
that's a
gonna
good
be
question.
addicted
I'm not
to-
gonna answer it.
Is an addiction to weed a problem?
Like you
I'm not
talk
gonna
about
answer
other
that.
meds,
I'm not
you're
gonna answer
addicted to
that.
meds.
So here's what I'll say, like, how I think about that question. Like, by your own standards, I try to look at, okay, what are my goals? What are my intentions in life? What are my dreams? What is the standard to which I try to show up into the world? When I'm being honest, is my best self.
Yeah. What you want to display?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how is a substance or a behavior pushing me towards that or pulling me away
How's
from
it
it?
influencing
Right.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And you got to be real with yourself about
Yeah.
those answers.
It also
Yes.
it also depends on your values and like what you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, I've lived both sides of the coin, right? So I've lived on meds, and like when you're on meds, you become dependent. You need them every single day, or else you start feeling crappy. Like Adderall, take it all the time. You stop taking it, you're gonna fall asleep
It's terrible.
for like 4 days or whatever.
Right.
But I've lived both sides of the coin, and I can see how people think. How they're like, you shouldn't take them or you should. But if you hadn't had experiences with different things, then you can't grow, I feel like.
Yeah. I also think about, everyone's personal experience has a unique weight to it. Obviously. That's got to be such an intimate relationship with you and your experience.
Yeah.
And
Right.
we all know we can't do this alone.
Right. Exactly
Like, there's
right.
people around us that care about us. Sometimes that's a close friend. Like, maybe there's a close friend who doesn't know much about, a certain subject matter, but they care about you, and they pay attention to you, and if something seems off, they'll say
But
something.
you know what's crazy?
It's true.
It's a lot of people.
It's true.
It's a lot of people. What's crazy is a lot of people don't got nobody.
Facts.
That is so right.
It's
that is so right.
true.
I want to piggy.
It's true.
Go ahead. I'm gonna finish
No,
your sentence.
that's
Finish your
all I
sentence.
want- that's all
Okay,
I
so I
want
want
to
to
say. A lot of
piggyback
people
off
don't-
I'll
of
be
that.
your
Shit.
friend.
So this is-
I'll be your friend.
This is what I was marinating on when y'all were talking. But like, say there's a crackhead. He's on the side of the street. He's smoking crack. Whatever. This is in Portland, Seattle, L.A., whatever, where it's legal. And you go up
He's
there.
in Portland, probably. And, like, these people are on the streets. Like, what is
That's crazy,
happening?
you're
out
not
here?
lying.
So you go. So
I
hear me out.
know.
Hear me out. So you
Okay.
go up to them and you're like, hey man, like you gotta stop smoking that crack. That stuff's not good for you.
They're gonna be like,
He's
get out
gonna
of
look
my
at you like,
face.
what? Are
Yes.
you kidding me?
No.
So this is where I'm going with that. It's
Yeah.
like, instead of doing that,
Big
a
ass
real
bug.
He's tripping about the bug. He's gonna
Have
hit
you seen
me.
that
He's going.
It's a June
he's
bug.
going-
It's a
he,
June
He
bug.
keeps batting him like he's freaking punching.
It's not gonna do
somebody.
nothing bad.
so
You know what I
so
mean?
what I was saying was, so
There you go.
let's get back to the
I'm
topic.
listening, I'm
So the
listening.
crackhead,
Yeah.
you're telling the crackhead,
Give me your drugs.
stop
Stop
smoking
taking
that.
them. Yeah.
He looks at you like, dude, screw off. You know what I mean? Like, who do you to tell me what I need to do in my life, right?
Yeah.
And that used to be me. But anyways, a real Christian would go up to them and they wouldn't say that. They would love them. They would spend time with them. They would give them a shower, give them clean clothes.
Well, I don't even
Hold
know
on, wait,
what
hear
a real
me out.
Christian
Hear
is.
me out.
Like,
Welcome them into their house and just spend time with them
yeah.
and show them what love really is. Right? And then once he figures out what love is, then he begins to change.
I think, Tommy, when you talk about stuff like that, it's cool because the way that I think, the way that you're verbalizing it is pretty similar, but I feel like we should all ride on a frequency of love. And here's the hardest part about it. If you're riding on a frequency of love, like Christ did, he had a great example of that, right? We're literally living to our fullest potential. Like, they say the fruits of the Spirit, well, love, joy, peace, patience, what do we say they are? If you're feeling all those things, you're feeling good. Like, you're
Kindness,
just feeling
goodness,
good.
faithfulness.
Yeah, so, like, whenever he says stuff like that, I'm like, there's truth to it. You know, but I'm still trying to find the truth of the Bible. Like, for me, it's like, there's so many pieces I don't understand. So it's hard, like, almost triggering a little bit. Because when you're raised to, like, beg to Jesus to forgive you and save you or whatever else, I'm like, dude, this is too much.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are too much. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I won't drop on that religion talk too much. Hey!
Yeah.
He's got
And
the
if I
camera
was in
going.
your boat, I totally would feel the same way.
Tommy, I want to hear. So, Tommy also raps. Y'all got to check him out. Tommy Red on Spotify and Apple Music. Tommy Red Live. I know. You like our shirts. It's Tommy Red. Marshall, I'm going to get
Show
you
the
rapping
back.
next. Do you want to
I
rap?
don't know rap.
You're like, look at the
I
back.
don't
Hey,
do-
tell him what's on the back. It's got a big red cock on the back. I know. It's so funny.
Why
It's
you
a
say
big
cock? Like-
rooster. Yes.
Why you say cock? Like, is it a different word?
That's what I was saying. Why?
No, I'm saying-
Why'd you have to
He
go
had
there?
to break
No,
that
this
down.
Little
He-
kids,
no,
he had
kids
to
could
stop.
be
He
watching
had to
this
break
right
it down.
now.
Wait.
No, I'm saying.
Can we put it to where
is
kids
it like
Hey,
two-
7-year-olds could be watching
Can we
this
put it
right
to where
now.
kids
Is it two
can't-
options? Like, is it like?
Yeah.
And like,
Here we
is
go.
it- It's like,
They
that's
got a
the
mic over
only
there.
option for that chicken. Like,
Chicken. I was eating chicken today, and then I met that guy down at Chick-fil-A, and he had a
She's not
chicken
even-
tattoo
yeah,
on
that's
his
not-
leg.
we're just at this point, you know
Like,
what
I don't
You
even
know
know
what
what
I'm
you're
saying?
talking about.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Rooster or chicken?
Y'all,
that
it's
what
10
you're-
o'clock.
Yeah,
Should
yeah,
we
right.
wrap this thing
All right.
up?
Wait, did the chicken come first or did the egg come
chicken or
first?
the egg
the
come
chicken,
first?
the chicken had to lay the egg.
The embryonic egg came first.
I know. You can't just get it.
Love you, Miss Slaybaugh.
After chicken.